Welcome to Norway. I've just crossed the border. I'm on my way to a national park somewhere in the border region, and to get there I will also drive through Norway for about 1 hour. And I noticed that I have a shirt in my car with the colors of the Norwegian flag on it. So I put it on. And one thing I also noticed, yellow lines on the road. And I find that so beautiful. Much more beautiful than white lines. The sun is shining so bright. It's a very hot day. Too hot for wearing such a shirt actually. But it has the colors. So I put it on anyway. Okay, let's continue and see what Norway has to offer. Time for a little break. Can you hear that noise? That's the river which is flowing down there. Let's check it out. Beautiful Norwegian river. Crystal clear. By the way, do you remember at the beginning of my journey when I cracked my GoPro screen so that it wasn't waterproof anymore? That's over now. Look what my friend whom I visited in Värmland some days ago gave me. This waterproof case for my GoPro. Let's put it in right now and film some nice underwater footage of this river. Nice. Water, the element of deep emotions and purity. It is completely shapeable and can adapt to any environment. Even a solid rock is not an obstacle, but it's very sensitive to its environment and takes in everything it touches, good and bad. Just like our inner world of emotions is influenced by everything we experience on the outside. Like so many Norwegian rivers, this one had maintained its purity. Look at this fascinating underwater world. Would you think that it looks like that just from seeing the surface? You can learn so much from watching the water and its movements. The pros and cons of what it means to be shapeable and to take the path of least resistance, for example. The more you study it, the more you will learn for your life. But I also recommend to study the other elements and their attributes if you want to be in balance. Water is also the source of life. As soon as a water drop hits the dry soil, life begins to grow. Just like the river can't be held back from flowing, I can't be held back from going on a road trip, so I went back to my car and continued the journey. It was really nice to see some of the beauty this country has to offer. And it shouldn't have been the last time that I visited Norway on this journey, but that's a story for later. For now I had another destination, and so I drove over to Sweden again. I never get enough of these beautiful empty roads, and this is just the beginning. It will get better and better. And I just stopped by here because just 100 meters into the forest there is a special place. Let's go there. Wow, big anthill. Okay, here we are. I've just climbed up to the top of the hill and there's a little tower. So let's see how good the view is from up there. Nice, pretty good. It's a pretty good view. Oh, that mountain over there also looks really cool. Like from some fantasy movie. I wonder how many mooses are in the area that we can see right here. There must be many mooses, but we just can't see them. They are hiding in the forest. Look, there's still snow on these mountains over there. There's some crazy cloud formations everywhere. I love clouds. Imagine being a cloud, being soft and fluffy, flying around all the time. It was definitely worth coming up here, but now I'm getting tired and also very, very hungry. So I need to search for a place to stay for tonight. What a beautiful place, almost looks like Lapland. So close to the Norwegian border, everything is a bit rougher and looks more northern. Beautiful view, but many mosquitoes. I don't know if you can see them, but they're everywhere. But I won't even try to do something against it, because that's just how it is. Due to the mosquitoes, eating dinner was a little bit difficult. But at least the sky looked beautiful. At some point I decided to put on my mosquito hat. From that point on, the situation was more relaxed and I could enjoy the colors. But not my food, because with the net in front of my face it was difficult to eat. So I went to the only place that was 100% mosquito free. Finally everything was perfect to enjoy dinner. At least for me. Look at them, trying to get inside. No chance. Good night. On the next day I came across another crystal clear river. This gave me the opportunity to record some more underwater footage. And to take a bath. It's such a mysterious world down there. So different from our own world above. And this is just a small river. Imagine the oceans. This footage, by the way, is a glimpse into the future. Not just in terms of my journey, but also regarding the fact that the ocean is where all rivers and creeks come to an end. But enough of that for now. Back to the present. You've mostly seen me take a bath in lakes so far on this journey, but I actually do prefer rivers, like this one. I just like the fact that there's always fresh new water flowing towards me, and also the water is not that deep and it's very clear. I can always see what's going on in the water. I think rivers, creeks, everything that's flowing, that's the type of water that I like the most. And I wonder what's going on with these CDs lying around here. Do you have any idea what these CDs are about? That's a little bit unusual, but maybe some of you guys can translate what the letters say. I decided to give it a listen. I think it's something Christian. I think they sing of Jesus, but I have no idea what in particular this is all about. If some religious person put this there to be found by someone else, like some missionary act of thing, or I have no idea. This is so interesting because it's so random and unexpected to find these CDs in the middle of nowhere. That's very interesting. Yeah. However, now it's time to continue the journey. Welcome to Fulufjället National Park. This is a part of the mountain area between Sweden and Norway, and there are already some beautiful old pines here. Maybe you would say they're not that old, but always remember, in such cold a climate, trees take much longer to grow. So a pine tree of this thickness is a lot older here than a pine tree of this thickness in the south. And speaking of colder climate, as you can see, there's still some snow up on this mountain. We're in the middle of June now, and the fact that there's still some snow up there tells a lot. Beautiful little lake here. Yeah, today was actually the first day where it also rained a bit in a long while. It hasn't rained for many weeks. That's why everything was so dry. Can you hear the birds? Nice atmosphere. If you see these shots that I take of the lake, what you don't see is how many mosquitoes are trying to bite me again. I mean, we're still gonna see a lot of mosquitoes on this journey, so I also don't want to talk about them all the time, because at some point it's maybe just too much, but well, they are a part of this experience. Nice how they didn't cut down the trees to build this. Everything about this place was very visitor friendly, and so it was more a peaceful walk than an adventure. At first. Soon enough it should get much more spectacular. But first I discovered the biggest anthill I had ever seen. I feel a little bit small right now. And it's completely overgrown with blueberry bushes. But there are still ants on it, crawling around. Imagine how old this thing must be. And imagine how many generations of ants have worked on this and have been grown in this. And I mean, there's a completely down in the soil, there's a system that connects also other anthills and stuff, and this must be just a gigantic and probably very old colony. This tree probably broke down in winter when there was a big amount of snow on it. I've seen this several times before with trees in the north. If it's too much snow, they just break. Okay, we are now getting closer to what is the main reason for me why I visit this national park at all. I can already see it through the trees over there. From here, if you do not continue to the falls, you can hike up to the Fulufjället plateau. But I actually want to go to the falls. So let's just continue. I mean, hiking up a mountain is also really a nice challenge. Also beautiful and probably a bit wilder than this area down here, which is still pretty much like a park, which is also nice, but yeah, it doesn't feel that wild. But I wanna, of course, go to the waterfall. Looks already really spectacular from here. I'm thinking about putting on my mosquito hat all the time because they're getting very aggressive right now. But since I will have reached the waterfall in a few minutes, I won't do that now because I want to see the waterfall without a fence in front of my eyes. I almost made it. Look at this place. But I want to go even closer to the waterfall. Luckily, here's a gap. So let's go there. The theme of flowing water had been very present in my life during the last few days. And at this place, it reached its climax. The waterfall looked already impressive from a distance, but I had no idea how gigantic it really was. With every step I took, I felt smaller. And for a good reason. As I would find out later, this is Sweden's highest free-falling waterfall. I'm completely soaked. Look at my shirt, my pants, my shoes. It's all completely wet. The waterfall had sure left its marks on me, outside and inside. But it was already late in the evening, so I left the place. Okay, now that my enthusiasm has cooled down a little bit, my body temperature is cooling down too. So I have to walk fast and stay in movement so that my body stays warm. Oh, that's interesting because I saw this exact bird yesterday. As the night was closing in, the environment looked even more magical. Since it was so late, no other hikers were around, and my only company were the trees. I would have loved to explore the nearby mountain area, but there was not enough time for that, since I had already arranged to visit some friends in Jämtland the next day. Although this journey was several months long, I often found myself in situations where I didn't have enough time to do something I wanted to do, because I had already arranged something else. This is somehow similar to the general paradox in life that we're so busy living that we don't find the time to actually live. Finally, I arrived at my car and drove to Jämtland. But even before I reached my next destination, another challenge should wait for me. More about that in the next video. Thanks for watching.